Hi there friends, welcome back to ZamboTimes.com here on Late Night Show. Of course, with your friend here, Bernie Concepcion, in coordination with Garden Orchid Hotel and Rajan and Bayan. Well, this time we are very glad that we shall be having another featured personality. I believe he could give us all this information that we need to know, and maybe some of his thoughts, his insights on the institution or the office that he represents. That would inspire us all. And without much ado, I know the guy who has been in the practice of law for many decades. He's in fact an institution in the administration of election laws, and this time it's strict implementation, as the office that he represents is focused on the elections. He has been a very, friendly and tried and tested, an experienced lawyer, and he has implanted some kind of, reformation in the election processes. And following the prodding of our present government under President Pinoy, that the reform must be instituted in our country. A credible, respectable, and competent lawyer, a dedicated leader in his own rights, and of course a committed public servant. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who calls the shot in the Commission on Election, our very own Chairman Sixto Villantes. Sir, welcome to Late Night Show.
Okay. Good evening. Good evening to everybody. Good evening to the people of the arm in particular, 5 provinces of the arm.
And of course, the region where we are now.
Where we are now is in Zamboanga. I'm now in Zamboanga City.
Really, they said that you have been a very hands-on leader. And you represented one of the best prestigious, respectable law firm in the country. Director, what good wind brought you to this part of the country?
I'm supposed to be based here because we're now having the 10-day special registration for the 5 armed provinces.
Okay. Any schedule,
I base
sir?
myself in Zamboanga since I do not have any specific assignment.
Okay.
We have 5 commissioners now covering the 5 provinces. We have commissioners in charge in every province, the 5 provinces now. Okay. In fact, Commissioner Tagle is going to Sulu.
Sulu, okay.
Commissioner Sarmiento went already to Tawi-Tawi this morning. Commissioner Velasco is already in Lanao del Sur, Marawi. And then Commissioner Lim is already in Cotabato, covering Maguindanao. Com Tagle and Com Yusuf just left for Basilan.
Basilan. Okay.
I am just going to have an overall overview of the entire. The decision making will really be on the commissioners in charge on each province.
Okay.
If there is any problem, we consult each other. That's why I'm basing myself here in Zamboanga City, so I can get in touch with all the commissioners.
This registration of voters came as an offshoot of the purging of the voters registration in the arms.
Yes, there was a resolution of the Senate and the House, which was signed by the President, and they annulled the entire voters list of the 5 armed provinces. So with the annulment, we now have to have a new registration. So we set this already last month. This is a 10-day crash registration starting Monday, July 9, up to July 18. This will all be simultaneous all over the 5 provinces. And we have actually recruited or harnessed all of our people, both in Luzon and Visayas, to come over to the 5 armed provinces so that we can cover the entire armed provinces. And we're going out to the different outskirt barangay so that we can register all the legitimate registrants.
So, how is the preparation now? Especially...
Oh, we have been preparing for the last 2 weeks. In fact, we purchased new machines. We have deployed all of our people. All the regional directors are here. All the provincial election supervisors of the different provinces are assisting us. And several of our election officers will be manning all of the satellite registration centers. So we're covering the entire 5 provinces of the army. Malaki ang coverage namin. So we have to monitor each and every one.
Islands, no?
Well, yeah. Well, islands because of the Tawi-Tawi and Sulu.
Yeah.
But we also have the landlocked, which is Maguindanao and Lanao del Sur,
Sa mainland.
which is also a big problem because these are the bigger provinces.
Correct. So what do you foresee, if there is any, that might hinder or slower or
The current registration, which was annulled, was 1.7 million for the entire armed provinces. We expect that this should go below 1.5 at the very least. It might even go to 1.4 or 1.3 because this is precisely the purpose. We want to actually cleanse the entire list. So it has to go down because our report is that the registrants in the armed provinces is bloated. Masyadong malaki. So with this new registration, we'll be able to cleanse everything and come out with a legitimate list that will vote in the elections for May 2013.
So we cannot say how many percent?
No, we will be able to project this within the first few days of the registration starting Monday. We will be monitoring this daily, so we will see how big or how small the registration will be.
Based from the guidelines and the resolution, what is our safeguard in order not to experience again multiple dual registration?
That is precisely the reason why we actually brought in all of our people from the outside of ARM, so that they will be the ones manning the precinct level registration. So they are not well connected with the local politicians para hindi sila ma-influence.
Good.
One, then we're also harnessing the entire military and police. They're supposed to be assisting our people in the registration centers. So we will be supported by the military and the police. Tapos we have the PPCRP people, which we accredited.
We have tapped them also to assist us.
The group of Ambassador Tita de Villa, they're also scattered all over the armed provinces and to be supported by the local civil society groups in the local area here in the armed provinces. So talagang this is actually a very, very extensive coverage to ensure that the registration will be very successful.
Sir, once this will run for 10 days, right?
Yes, 10 days.
10 days. So after this, you will be validating this.
Well, after the 10-day period, then we will now document all of this. We will go bring it home to the main office. We will subject this to what is known as the automatic fingerprinting identification system, so that we will see whether there are double registrants. This is the cleansing process. And we will settle all of these things there in Manila, and we expect to come out with a final listing sometime in October, long before the elections. Of course, magkakaroon pa ng hearings sa election board, election registration board, sometime in August, so that those others can question any of the possible illegitimate voters that will come in. The military is also helping us in guarding the boundaries of the arm, so that the outsiders, the Hakot system, can be prevented. So all of these are part of the plan. We have actually bought new machines. We are putting in several generators all over to cover all the voting centers, the registration centers. Wala, sinakop na namin lahat just to make sure that everything will turn out to be okay.
In this registration, did we allow watchers or do we need them? I mean, Watchers
No,
from...
you don't usually have watchers
Wala.
when you go and register.
Wala namang.
Wala.
Except
What is
for our
important here
watchdogs.
is that nandun ang election officers who will actually register these voters. And the election officers, as I've said, will not be election officers of the
Of
army,
the local. Oh.
but they will be non-armed election officers. So wala silang connection sa mga local politicians.
Okay. That's good, no? At least, no, itong reform agenda, we'll be able to realize this now. Sir, going to another issue, no, regarding this. Have you utilized machines from other regions na dinala dito, sir?
Yeah, that's right.
Yung
That's
nagdala
what we did.
kasama. That's why there is this suspension.
That's
of,
why we suspended
I
registration in all other parts of the
Okay.
country because we brought in the machines. In addition to this, just to make sure that we will have no problems, we also bought new
new
registration machines, which is already there, ready to replace the old ones if necessary. In fact, we're already deploying all over the 5. Meron na kami about 700 now scattered all over. We bought in 1,000. Within the next 2 days, we'll be bringing in the next 300. So, sinisigurado lang namin that there will be no problems because baka may mawala, may masira.
Sir, yung sinasabing, what if, wala, kasi we need electricity. Kumusta yung power? Do we have alternative power
Yes.
sources?
In fact, we bought
Sa loob na yun.
we're covering all the registration centers with special generators.
Okay. What
We
if
have
mag-pump
genset
down
all
yung
over.
machine, for example? We can use other machines. We have
Yes,
reserve.
because meron doon sa provincial capital, nandun yung reserve machines namin. If ever we receive a report that something is wrong with the machine, we always have the replacement. The substitute are prepared. We are prepared to substitute it immediately.
Okay. Nice. No? Kompleto na ba, sir, yung number of commissioners in the...
Yeah, all the commissioners are already
Wala.
in.
Okay na. Nice, no?
Commissioner Tagle is here in Zamboanga City, but he's leaving for Sulu tomorrow morning. Commissioner Sarmiento left this morning for Tawi-Tawi. Commissioner Yusuf left for Basilan this morning. Com Velasco in Lanao del Sur was there already since Friday. Commissioner Lim was in Maguindanao since Friday.
Everything is in place.
Everything is in place.
Real Makoy bukas.
Bukas, I'm going to Tawi-Tawi.
Tawi-tawi, oh.
Yeah, and probably Sulu on Tuesday. And then, hindi ko alam, Basilan is not yet clear. But I'll have to go back to Manila by Wednesday or Thursday. And then go to Marawi on Friday, Saturday.
Okay. So, anyway, more questions and answers with our chairman of the Commission on Election, Attorney Sixto Brillantes. Maybe quick question, quick answer. I want to know more about our good chairman. We'll be right back here on Late Night Show after this.